The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
So the Gabba will remain in play and the home of cricket and AFL until the Olympics, Lutzi, or until this new stadium at Victoria Park is built.
Yeah, essentially.
When it's no longer going to be tenanted by AFL and cricket, what happens to it then? It's going to be put out to public tender and people will be able to bid, auction, buy and then develop that area of land with the caveat that they have to build that internal stadium.
Yeah, well, it'd probably work the other way, so they'd get the contract for the arena.
For the indoor arena, rather.
And they'd get the Gabba land as part of that deal. And it would, I'd suggest, if I was a developer, that not many of them build green spaces, I'd suggest that it'd be a high residential area then. The Gabba would no longer be a
residential,
stadium.
yes.
Yeah, so but the Gabba would, in theory, what will happen, the Vic Park will get built by, say, 2030, but the Gabba will remain and be a cricket venue, for instance, at 2032 Olympics. So in a fantasy land, cricket, the gold medal match will be the Gabba's swan song.
But didn't the Gabba need a heap of money to put into it just to bring it up to date by 2030?
Yeah, it'll probably need it just to keep it, like from not falling down, probably. it's literally at the end of its life, the Gabba. Like the sails and things are, covering your head and, like disabled access, ambulance access.
I've got to admit, I haven't been to the Gabba for a very long time.
Well, it's still a great old darling of a thing, but it's, it's just falling
It used
down.
to have a greyhound track there as well.
Yeah,
When did they get rid of the greyhound track?
God, I don't
at the
know
Gabba?
now. In my mind, it was like early 90s or something. That could be wrong, though. But, so that's that. The cool thing is, if you look at that on page...
It's exciting for AFL and cricket.
Yeah, it's great for that.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to... we did a quick podcast with Mitchie and Dylan. Thank you very much for helping me yesterday. Chris and I sat down with the head of the AFL, the head of the Brisbane Lions, and the head of Queensland Cricket.
Well, they'd all be happy, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that was a great day for them because they've been working hard to make sure that happens, which means they're not displaced from the Gabba. So that's a really good chat as well. But just if you look at that picture on page 4 of the Courier Mail today, which has all the the lion's share of venues. The greatest thing is that's all in a city, so that's all connecting. That's going to connect the city in a way that we've never been connected before, because you can see that ICB snaking its way through, which has created a problem. The river itself creates a divide in the city, but hopefully now that, and you could hear talk in the room yesterday that all the venues are locked in, that they can now start looking at ways that via pedestrian sort of green spaces we can actually connect all these things around, so that if you're at the RNA showgrounds, now Victoria Park is a connected part of the city that never was before, and then from Vic Park you can get to Suncorp Stadium, which never would have been before as well.
Great if they could make it like Valencia.
Was that what Valencia's like?
Everything's connected by just this one bike path.
Well, there you go. That's
and
exactly
you can get
it,
around
right?
the whole city without any dramas. It's all traffic free. You never have to cross across it.
Yeah, so you're on a bike or whatever.
This has the potential to achieve that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it needs it because you can get very stymied in Brisbane. You can just hit one. You can end up on the bloody 5 ways along the river. Is that what it's called? 5 ways?
Well,
6 ways?
Too
many ways?
Called. Yeah. But you can, right?
You can end up at the Gold Coast by accident and go, oh no.
Yeah, so it's going to make the connectivity of the city a lot better. And the venues are great. Like I've got every confidence now that Vic Park, and the thing with Vic Park, in the whatever with the green space chat, which is to me just doesn't make sense, because what these guys do now is build these incredible precincts, which will make, the Vic Park will take a very small portion. Essentially, they're looking at where the driving range is. So that's not green space. As the point was made yesterday, if you're walking there in the past, you would have got hit by a golf ball.
No, you get your
at a
head
driving
knocked off.
range. So it was never been green space. But what this stadium will do, and the precinct around it, will make it attractive
It will energise the green space.
and drive people to the green space in a way that it's never been done before.
Which is what happened with Rod Laver Arena, because they kind of then built all the precincts around that. Now that's a vibe.
Oh,
It
yeah,
should just be
that's
dead
magnificent.
space.
Yeah.
World class. It's great, right? Yeah, so...
Very interesting.
It's cool. Yeah. Yeah, the only bit is who pays for that arena, whether it's a privately funded one or whether the feds say, no, we want to keep paying that. But I think that will work itself out anyway.
And are they going to get it done in time? as well.
And that's the other point. Hurry up.
Well, I think Albo just wants his stamp or his statue or something on the front of it.
Yeah, he wants. Yeah,
that's the vibe I've got.
Exactly. Either
Albo
literally or
Arena.
metaphorically, he wants his stamp on it.
Yeah, that's why it's like, here, take this money because I'll be out soon. Or,
Yeah.
or I don't know. I'm just speculating.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
Had a pretty hectic day yesterday. Finished here and went straight to have to drop some beer off to Dad.
That's so hectic.
Part of my life. So did that and saw Dad, and then had to race home before I went to the Olympic lunch, the Future Brisbane lunch, and was on a pretty tight schedule by then. And so I'd given some beer to Dad, but I still had a couple of 6-packs rolling around the back of the car, so I had to kind of grab them. I had a North Devils jersey that we got given yesterday, so I had a bunch of stuff in my hands. When you press the lift and you're trying to get the swipe down to it and all that sort of business. And then as it goes up to my floor at my apartment, and someone's I'm getting FaceTimed by someone, and the phone's sort of sitting there precariously, and I'm trying to swipe across with the other hand, and the phone drops, and I kind of do it. Hands goes miss 3 times. It bounces off the lift floor up, and then the doors open, and then perfectly like one of those trick shots you see on Instagram where you try 8,000 times. Slices straight down.
What key was it?
What?
No, this is his phone.
Oh, your phone.
So your phone slipped down the slot of the elevator.
Perfect. It didn't even touch the sides. It didn't touch the sides. Magnificently went down.
Like a reverse Pop-Tart.
I just watch it plummet down into the lift well.
Oh, did you panic? I'd go into severe panic.
Yeah, I can't. I would have sworn a lot. I can't remember.
Everything went silent.
It was like, oh, sure. and it lands face up. I can see the phone still ringing for the person I didn't get to, and it's just sitting there in the bottom of a lift well. And when that happens,
but when the door shuts, you're done then, aren't you?
I got out
when the lift moves.
Yeah. Well, I sort of I said, what do I do? And I'm holding it and looking down, but it's like, what do you do?
Well, you put the beers to wedge open the door to start with.
Yeah, but you can't. There's no point.
But then what?
It's fallen 1 floor down. I can't get it. It's gone.
But when that gap that you're talking about, you're talking about the gap between
it's like that.
Where the unit starts.
Yes,
and
it falls into that.
Well, here at Nova, that gap there goes all the way down to the floor.
That's what happens on mine. That's what I'm saying.
But you'd only gone up a floor.
I've only gone up 1 floor, but it's gone down to the bottom, the bottom of the shaft.
But it's still in the lift well.
Yes. So
well,
then what
at
do
that
you do?
point, you're screwed, mate.
You're screwed.
Yeah.
And your phone's gone.
Oh my God.
So I don't live in an apartment, so there's like an office manager or anything. It's just the people that live there.
You're on your own.
It's just an apartment.
It's you
block.
and Doris.
So I got nothing. I was like, how do I even get to the lunch? I haven't got access to Uber.
Oh my God.
It takes you out of play. I was out of play.
Have you got your credit cards in your phone too?
No.
So you've got them physical.
I've got
so
them.
You've got cash.
Thankfully, I've got that. But other than that, it's like I'm disconnected. Like I went into my apartment. And I thought, what can I do? And thankfully I thought, I went like, hey Alexa, to a speaker.
Oh wow, that's good thinking.
And said ring and whatever. I rang a couple of people and just so you know, I've lost my phone, but I don't have any numbers of anyone. So I literally, all I've done is put a sign at the bottom of the lift saying, hey, I'm from number whatever unit. I've dropped my phone. If someone comes to fix it, and then the lift, it must have set something off the lift. The lift stopped working.
This is Mercury in retrograde. I'm telling you.
So I'm just about to say, if someone comes to fix this lift, my phone is downstairs.
Do you reckon it's broken because of the phone? That might save your phone.
Wait, do you still not have your phone?
Still don't have it.
That's why you didn't respond to any of my messages yesterday.
I haven't had my phone for now nearly 24 hours. My
thought
phone is still in the bottom of a lift well.
He didn't respond to my text.
I
texted him
I was
yesterday
returned.
too.
I haven't anyone.
Yeah.
It's been an issue for Mitch. He's been helping me with a podcast, and I've been off limits.
So what's happened? Are you discovering Jesus or something? Have you gone religious? Are you Buddhist now?
It's weird you say that because on the way home last night, without my phone, someone handed me one of those Discover God pamphlets, and I didn't have my phone, so I read it.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box. It's time for Bradnam's Budget Blankety Blanks.
Welcome to Budgety Blanks. Now,
You love the budget.
well, this is where I get to get you guys to put yourselves in the Treasurer's shoes.
I feel like we're perfect for this. We know how to spend money appropriately. Me with a jet ski and you with, your life.
Stuff.
The budget was on last night. Jim Chalmers was up and about. And we need to see if you were running the show, how close would you be to the mark?
The koalas would get everything.
Well,
including chlamydia.
Yeah.
What about
Lutzi.
What about Medicare? Here's Jim Chalmers.
Tonight we are proud to make the single biggest commitment to Medicare since its creation. A record to lift bulk billing rates and build our health workforce.
Okay, so
gee willikers.
How much would you give?
I give him $8 billion
to strengthen Medicare. Lutzi, you say
$8 billion
with a B?
Yeah.
Lutzi for $8 billion.
Easy.
Yeah, well, if the PM is chucking 2.7 billion at a stadium, I'm going to say...
Don't drag stadiums into it.
I'm going to say 5.5 billion.
Nikki says 5.5. David says 8. Correct answer?
Biggest commitment to Medicare since its creation. A record $8.5 billion.
Very good.
Rock on.
Lutzi he was 500 mil out, but in this game, that's really
That's close.
That's amazing.
Here we go, number 2.
Thank you.
We're investing more than in infrastructure in every state and territory over the decade, improving the productivity, resilience, livability and sustainability of our cities, regions and communities.
Oh, this is going to be a big
Infrastructure.
number.
Infrastructure.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to say...
What's that worth
I'm going
to
to say
you?
12.7 billion.
I'm saying $17 billion.
Okay, now...
You always go big.
Lutzi says 17 billion. Nikki, you said...
12.7.
12.7 billion. Answer?
We're investing more than $120 billion in infrastructure in every state and territory over the decade.
Look, we'll build a bridge and get over it.
No, you won't. You won't be able to afford to build the bridge.
No, we'll build a walkway over a pond near Victoria Park.
You were both more than $100 billion off. Here's number 3.
We're providing help to Australians and communities affected by natural disasters, provisioning another to properly fund recovery from ex-tropical cyclone Alfred.
I'm going to say that's 2.1 billion.
2.1?
Yeah.
From David?
Nah, I'm going to say 100 million.
You say 100 million.
Yeah.
We're providing help to Australians and communities affected by natural disasters, provisioning another $1.2 billion.
Oh, okay. So a little bit off.
Only a bill off.
Only a bill off.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Want one more?
Yeah.
One more.
Tonight
while
we're
I'm
providing
losing.
an additional to fund pay rises for aged care nurses from March this year. Yeah. So that the workers that we trust to care for our parents and grandparents get paid properly for the work that they do.
Ooh.
700 million.
I'm going to say 1.5 bill.
You say 1.5 bill?
Yeah.
David says 700 mil. We are the Nurses Show in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Correct answer?
Tonight we're providing an additional $2.6 billion to fund pay rises for aged care nurses.
Well, look, if they're going to chuck money at anyone, it should be the nurses.
I agree. Aged care, that's a tough gig.
Yeah, stuff the infrastructure. They should put 100 billion, chuck that at the nurses.
Give the nurses $100 billion.
Yeah, seems fair. Better than the OnlyFans chicks getting it all.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
Now, I know that I keep banging on about Mercury retrograde, but I'm only saying it because it's this 2.5 weeks of chaos with tech and communication. You've lost your phone down the elevator well.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, your mother texted me.
What'd she say?
She said, "Hey, Ash, can you tell David the lift company can get his phone from the lift well?
Very helpful.
I dropped my keys down in my apartment last year and they were able to retrieve them for me."
Yeah, but she had a phone to call them on, didn't she?
She had friends.
And she has friends.
Anyway, if anyone from my apartment's listening, ring the
I'm
lift
tempted
ring
to
the
play
lift people.
Hang on,
Yeah.
I'm going to get into a serious story at the moment, but first
Yeah.
I have to play you the message I sent you. This is
When did you send me this?
yesterday when you'd lost your phone.
Well, I haven't received it.
This is a
Anything,
very
obviously.
important message that I sent you. That's all I'd sent you.
Here I was thinking it was something I needed to hear.
I was doing my chicken
You're
roll
doing your
clicking mucker.
chicken.
But anyway, so
That would have made me laugh yesterday, actually.
So the Trump administration is also not immune to Mercury in retrograde because they've had a group chat gone very wrong. So
Like a WhatsApp kind of deal.
yeah, the WhatsApp chat
Yeah,
just
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
bombing Yemen
We've
or
all got 'em.
something like that. And they accidentally entered someone else in the chat.
They put a journo in?
They put a journo in, Jeffrey
Yeah.
Goldberg from the Atlantic.
Not only the journo, the editor-in-chief. Like they've...
So it was a bunch of politicians. Who were they? What?
It was kind of
Military?
defence, JD Vance,
Yep.
military.
Military. Oh,
So
wow.
the
The
Vice
big
President-
guns. Oh, my God. The
Vice
big
President
guns.
J.D. Vance, Defence Secretary Pete Hesketh, and the security advisor, National Security Advisor Michael Waltz.
And whoever put it together has somehow or other put an editor of a newspaper into the group.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Maybe Jeff was meant to be just the editor of the group chat.
Yeah.
Instead, it was the editor of the Atlantic.
Yeah. It might have been it, actually.
Well, I told you about
Hey
that one.
Siri, send a message to JD Vance, Jeff. And then, oh yeah, have we bombed Yemen yet? Yeah, thumbs up emoji,
But
fire
we're-
emoji. This is literally what was in the group
They were
chat.
using those
Really?
emojis.
yeah, emojis about bombing people.
Oh, my God.
But anyway, the question is, was it a Mercury in retrograde slip up or was he deliberately looped? Because Siri's chiming in now. No, do not send this message.
Oh, yeah, you've activated Siri's in cars
Yeah,
and
we
everything.
are.
Probably
by the
everyone
way.
in your car now is sending a message somewhere.
To the VP of the USA, yeah.
Oh God, no! Who's the vice president that I know that this could be?
Wait,
sent
he's not
to?
a mystery voice, is he? I'm joking. You shouldn't have looked at me that seriously for that long there. If he was a contact, if your Siri was actually... Move on.
I told you about that message group we were in, just our old rowing crew at school, where we had that reunion the other week. And
The rowing crew.
Yeah, and one of the guys from our rowing crew was going, hey, guys, it could be the last time we basically get to see our old coach. I'm hearing that he's not doing real well. Not knowing that our old coach was in the group, who immediately fired back going, Norman, what the bloody hell are you talking about?
But group chats are deadly, and I
Wasn't
hate
even
them
sick.
No, there wasn't nothing wrong with him. He's fit as a fiddle. I saw him last week.
because people can add people to the group without you even knowing.
That is
That's it.
dangerous.
So dangerous, and that's happened to a group chat that I've been in as well, where you've. It was a group chat about a TV show, and we thought it was just the talent who was on air, and everyone was having a good old whinge, and I'm like, wait a minute, didn't they add the client to this chat?
Oh, no.
And the client has listened to the entire whinge about all of it. But old Osborne kept her mouth shut for the first time ever. So I'll probably be hosting the next series. Go me.
Outstanding.
So anyway, yeah, group chats. Be careful. Beware. Mercury's in retrograde. It'll come and get you.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
I need to sort something with you guys because I feel like I've got an idea of the messaging hierarchy, but I want to know if you guys are on board. For example, okay, so we're getting inundated with messages. We're getting text messages. We're getting WhatsApp messages. We're getting messengers. We're getting DMs on Instagram. And I want to know, and emails, which one is more important than the other, because I have in my mind a certain level of importance of like the pecking order. For example,
Right.
if you get a text message, to me that says respond within the next hour if you can. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, that'd be my... Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But if you get a group text message, it's,
I don't even look at it.
that's why I hate group messages, because you can just get ignored. But then, okay, email. For me, that's reply by end of day.
Week.
You've got it in a week.
No, I don't.
Emails are
Mate,
tough
you do
one.
not want to know how many unread emails I've got.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, how many? I bet you I can beat you.
Are you going to look up your numbers?
Oh,
Your
actually,
stats?
mine's reset.
I bet you won't beat mine, Mitch. What have you got? What have you got?
Mine's reset, really.
This will give people anxiety just hearing what our numbers are. Oh, I've got 32,928 messages, 26,544 unread.
Okay. From memory, I'm sitting in the early 20s. So you have eclipsed me.
I can't. How do you? I can't.
Because
I
most of them
can't.
are just crap.
Yeah.
How many tabs do you have open on your phone right now?
That's always.
Oh, I actually.
Thanks for reminding me.
Okay,
I've got a
tabs
phone.
on your phone. You're not you.
255.
255.
Yeah, you know, something I've opened. I'll
serious?
get back to them eventually. And it's something I'm interested in.
Tabs, like internet tabs.
Ash, how many tabs do you have open?
Probably about 10 or 11, I reckon.
Oh,
That's
see, that's tight. That's Midge.
Mitch has 255 tabs.
How do
open.
you have that?
Mind you, he's our stats man.
Doesn't that drain your battery?
Probably.
And it slows everything down. It slows the functioning process down. I know why you do it because you're always Googling stats for us in the morning because we can't be bothered to think.
Yeah,
but I
that's
get it. But hang on, I'm still trying to sort the hierarchy. So text message is the top,
Yep,
yes?
for me it is. Yep.
That's the one you respond to?
Yep.
Then what's after that? Would it be direct message on Instagram or email? Or WhatsApp? No, WhatsApp's next.
Well, I mean, maybe if it was one-on-one.
For a notification, it's going to pop up.
Yeah. That's just under text, right? WhatsApp is because it's a little more casual than a text.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I don't know about you, but my WhatsApp message is just a very light ding, whereas my text is like, answer me.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
But then-
It depends.
Like, email's
it depends
still
who
there
it's
for
from.
me,
It depends who it's from.
Yep.
You know, like
know.
I'll respond to an email, but like honestly, most of my emails are just
Spam.
spam.
But I feel like close of business. If it's a work email, close of business. That's what I feel like. A text is auto. What about a messenger message? I do them like monthly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a reliable way to get to me.
No.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, definitely not.
Oh, no. LinkedIn's like, oh, that person messaged me last year.
I don't even know what
Seriously.
LinkedIn is.
They're not alive anymore. That's a shame. I should have responded. Have you ever had that where someone's messaged you and then they've passed away and you didn't respond?
Oh, once
It's the
actually.
worst. Yeah, see?
I didn't do anything.
It can happen. It's usually a Facebook message. And then you're like, oh, what if my non-response caused...
Triggered something. Yeah.
Yes.
I best you don't think that way.
No,
I
it
doubt
isn't.
it did too.
So
I don't know the person.
I really don't think I matter that much too than that would have caused a chain of events
I hope not.
to end up at their demise. So what would you say is the least of the pecking order that you would respond
Like
to?
say your Facebook Messenger,
Facebook
or
Messenger.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
Facebook Messenger.
So that is the bottom of the pecking order?
Yeah. Well, put it this way. If something came up there, I'd look at it and go, well, I can get away with saying I never saw this.
Yeah, because that's the conditioning.
Yeah.
But text you cannot get away
No,
from.
text.
You can't text.
Email you can say went to spam.
I don't
Yeah.
even know the rules about when, if you look at it, does it say red? You know what I mean?
On what? Text.
Text.
You can turn that off. You can just be permanently
God.
delivered.
Okay, perfect.
You can do that on Instagram too. You can hide when you're active or not. Because I hate it when people have asked me to do a collaboration and then they can see that I'm being active but just blatantly ignoring them.
Yeah.
Sorry to Motto Fashions. I will get back to you.
Whereas obviously I use Messenger quite a lot, but you can have a look and go, oh no, I'll mark that as unread, and then it doesn't show the other person that you've seen it. Whereas I think Instagram DMs, you can basically remind yourself to go back to it. It can look unread to you, but to the person who sent it, they'll see that you have
You
seen
can do
it.
that on Instagram. Is it?
God.
Oh,
Yeah, you
That's-
can't get away with looking unread.
The Ash, Lutzi, and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.